Last week, I shifted my focus a little bit in my morning scribbles. And I changed from sketching objects to sketching my intuitive drawings, spheres. And this was the beginning of that. This was my first one. I had collaged some dictionary pages to work on since I didn't have any telephone books. Second, now these were fun and I really enjoyed doing these. And with the graphite I was using, it worked well on the dictionary pages. Now, what happened was that along the way, let's see. No? Okay, so I prepared some pages ahead of time. And then I found that my mornings were too crammed full of morning activities. And what was even more important was that these intuitive spheres are not really meant to be short little snippets of things. It takes 5 minutes. I had made up these rules for myself that it would be 5-minute sketches. And I learned when I did this one, especially because I tried a different medium. I've been trying to use different materials that I haven't in a while, and I have all these great holders for drawing. And these, I don't really recall what they are. I can look them up. But I tried that, and first of all, it didn't feel real responsive to me. So as a result, I wasn't flowing that well like I did on the previous ones. The reason I have these sheets is because the graphite smears and I wanted to keep them from smearing. So these I was able to keep going and kind of go with a quick flow. And I was so happy to be doing them again that I didn't really fuss about the 5 minutes. 5 minutes of pleasure it was. But this one was not. And it disturbed me a little bit. I had to stop and I really didn't like what was going on. So it was just a miserable 5 minutes. And I wasn't sure what to do. That's when I realized that they were not meant to be 5-minute sketches. If they were 5-minute sketches, fine. But if they weren't, they didn't belong as a morning scribble. And earlier yesterday, I found myself grabbing my iPad because I'm determined to keep this as my morning scribble sketchbook. This one and the other ones that I've made that are bound in this method. So I thought, oh gee, I committed to this week, and I just felt constricted by my self-appointed commitments, especially my morning. And I love my mornings, and all of a sudden I had all these morning things to do, and I hadn't kept up with a few of them. But my morning scribbles I kept up with. So here I added this second morning scribble that was later in the morning, but I felt satisfied, and that was done on my iPad. So I went to bed thinking about this, and I did a little extra meditation last night, and it didn't really resolve into anything. I was exhausted by the day because I'd gotten up extremely early, probably about, 3 a.m. or so, and so by the time 8 o'clock came around, I went to bed, read a while, and fell off to sleep after meditating on where to go with my morning activities. And then I woke up. Feeling really completely rested. And I thought, wow, this is really odd. I feel like I've slept for about 10 hours, and yet it's still really dark out. and it couldn't really be that dark out having slept this long. So I looked at my Fitbit. I didn't have my glasses on, so I thought I must have misread it. It said 10:36. Well, that can't be. It can't be 10:36 a.m. I never sleep that late, and it's not light out. And it can't be 10:36 p.m. because I just went to sleep maybe about an hour ago. So somehow my Fitbit reset itself. Very odd. So I reached over to my phone and I tapped my phone so that the time would come up on my phone. And by that time it said 10:37. And indeed it was 10:37 p.m. I had only slept for a little over an hour, and I felt as if I had slept for 8, 9, 10 hours. The first thing I thought of was my intuitive, ribbony, buttony orb sketches. I tried to go back to sleep and it was totally impossible. So I got up, got my sketchbook, grabbed this jar of pens, went back to bed, thinking, okay, I'm just going to sketch in bed for a while. First thing I thought of was, well, I committed to getting these on video for people to watch me work intuitively. And it felt as if I had put far too much attention on sharing my inner drive, my energy, what it is that's kept me going as an artist all these years through thick and thin in every situation. And I just needed this time for myself. And they weren't really meant to be shared the way that I thought, to be shared maybe afterwards and sometimes, but to be done at whatever time during the day and to spend as long as I needed on them. And I wanted to recover from what I experienced in doing this one. This reminds me of a Dunkin' Donuts donut, and it's just not satisfying in any way at all. And I needed to get back to the magic of the space that I go into in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit with these works. It's a wonderful mystery that intrigues me, is multidimensional. It's just fabulous. And I wanted to get back to this, and I wanted to get deeper into this. So I thought, all right, I'm going to sketch in bed. I'm fully awake. I don't really want to get up right now and start my day and throw my whole schedule off, because that's a whole other topic about talking about creating anchor points in my day upon which to build my day. So I got up, I grabbed my sketchbook, my daily Scribbler sketchbook, because I had made all these pages, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give this one more chance in here because I'd committed to that. And even though I have a few more pages to go, I may do something completely different. I'll go back to my daily scribbles, my morning scribbles. But this page, because it was facing this page, and I get a little neurotic that way, I wanted to sketch on this page. So that's what I did. And I got up, I grabbed my book, I grabbed this jar of pencils that I had filled and marked with different hard and softnesses of lead, went back to bed, decided not to film it because I did not want to set up filming in my bed, and I treated myself to this. I started up here, and I was wondering when the buttons would come back into play, and they came right back into play. And this, I don't know how long it took. It may have been, it could have been 15 minutes. And I loved every moment of it. It went up here and then came down here, and I had far more lines than I expected. It reminded me of the Vieira da Silva work that Nicole and I discovered in Portugal and Spain. And the series that I did of oil paintings of my own variations. And this was a combination. There were marks like this that were the combination of Vieira da Silva's work. She's a Portuguese painter, she was. And the works of the amazing columns that were tree-like forms of Gaudi's work, the architect that designed so much in Barcelona. This was from these pillars. The pillars that I'm talking about are in the Sagrada Familia that used to be outside of Barcelona, but now it's Barcelona since that time has spread, and so it's in the midst of Barcelona now. Had an amazing experience when visiting there back in 2004 with Nicole. So this was, oh my goodness, this was such an important drawing for me. And it has me back on track. So I won't always be filming these. I will film some when I'm doing them throughout the day, but I'm not going to be filming them if I wake up in the middle of the night and do them in my bed, because those are really, oh, that's such a personal time. And I won't be doing them in this. I will be doing them in another sketchbook I started. I'll be doing them in this one. This, which is the sketchbook I started for these, I think a week or so ago, when I was going to do these every morning after my morning meditation. And I only got to do one, and it took several days to complete because I had crammed too many things into my morning schedule, which meant that I could barely get on with the rest of my day. So I will take this sketchbook to bed with me for the times when I awaken and need to do a bed sketch. And I will also continue to do these in here, which I will be filming because this has more to do with sharing how I build my designs. And I'm making no promise on when and how often I will work in this sketchbook. So we'll give that a try. I could change this whole idea later on after I wake up a bit more this morning. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back and do my other kind of morning scribble in this book using these pages, and we'll see what happens. So I'm so much more excited that I've been able to put my days and my routines and my commitments back into perspective for myself. Thanks for your patience and for your interest in following how this mind of mine works. I'm Chris Carter, and I'm about to have another cup of coffee. I'm going to try using the Osprey fountain pen again. This is the one with the G-nib, and I do get some railroading going on. Railroading is when the point splits like that. So I find if I'm a little more gentle with it, it works. But then I can't work as quickly as I'd like to, but we'll see what I can scratch out here. Early morning, it's 10 after 4, and I find that my kitchen cupboards are always a source of entertainment and bewilderment. And it's far too scratchy for me. I'm sad that the storage on my other phone was full and I missed capturing the painting of this morning sketch because it was really fun. So I'll just have to capture another one. Now, this is a bit of my chaotic kitchen, and that was really, really fun. I used mostly this reservoir brush, but I did use a little bit of the regular round at the end. My palette's pretty messy. I was mixing all kinds of things together to get some neutrals, to get some darks. I just had fun.